Republican candidate for Congress here in California, intensive care physician Alex Balekian, along with the host of the Prevailing Narrative podcast, attorney Matthew Belinsky. Thank you both for coming on. Alex, to you first. The LA Times writes the following, quoting here, supporters of a proposed November ballot initiative wanted the all-important title of their measure to reflect the beliefs, a name like Protect Kids of California Act. But Attorney General Bonta, as Ashley was saying, saw things differently when his office chose the name restricts rights of transgender youth. They cannot wait to get these kids and just tell these parents whatever they want to tell them.
I mean, it's really the Attorney General who is restricting the rights. Patients have rights to informed decision-making. And
right.
Minor children, when their parents, their decision-making parents are shut out, that restricts their medical rights. They also have a right to access standard of care. Gender-affirming care has been shown to be experimental, not evidence-based. And if you commit them to experimental care, you further restrict their rights as patients.
Yeah, it really is. It's kind of stunning. So the big story came up today. We're reading about this. We're like, okay, well, let's talk about it tonight. It's kind of interesting. We got the 911 call, so we're going to talk about it. This is at a Planet Fitness, right? A gym. And some young people called 911 because there was a biological male who identified as a female walking around with no clothes on in the locker room. And here's the call. Watch.
This is not an emergency. It's just me and my friend Carl, not mine, so we were just flashed by a man in the bathroom, and my parents told me to call and report it. Okay. All right, and is that man still there? Yeah, he's still in the bathroom. It's a man, but he says he identified as a woman, and he won't leave the restroom. He's just walking around telling us he won't leave.
Yeah. And he just keeps walking around. But the whole concept here is, I know it's California, but it's what? Your thoughts?
Well, even beyond California, Planet Fitness has made no bones about it. They believe in gender self-identification. They stood by a clearly biological male with male genitalia that was found in the women's locker room recently, and under a lot of scrutiny stated their policy that they believe that person had the right to be there. So if you are going to stand by a policy and a logical construct of gender self-identification, who's to say this is an inevitability? You're going to have males, clearly biological males with male genitalia, ending up in a female locker room or flashing people in these types of incidents.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what's going to happen is you're going to have these kinds of issues if the state says, yep, it's totally fine. Meantime, Rita Patel is her name. Everybody knows what she looks like now because she went for the Bakersfield City Council, and she said the following. Watch.
So regardless of whether you elect people into office, they'll backstab you, they'll let you die, and for that reason, you guys want to criminalize us with metal detectors, and we'll see you at your house. We'll murder you.
But then we have some video of her in court, and it seems like a different person, Dr. Balekian. There she is. She's crying in court. And you think, listen, I don't know how old she is. I think in her early 20s. But the whole concept here is she made this mistake because she went to Bakersfield, in the Bakersfield City Council. There are two Californias. She went to conservative California. She's in a little bit of trouble.
She is. I mean, I always say you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Right.
But this just really goes to show you how something like adjustment disorder, which is this very exaggerated response to very basic stimuli, this mental health crisis is everywhere. And these younger people now with adjustment disorder who are just flying off the handle for no apparent reason, they're going to get into trouble like this.
But they also think they're not. I mean, that's kind of the deal is that you see these kids all the time and they don't think they're going to go up there, they're going to be bold, they're not going to get in trouble. That's a miscalculation, correct?
Yes, exactly.
So that's the whole thing. And listen to the attorney now, which is Matt Belinsky, you're in the wrong area, man. She's in trouble.
No.
And you're in Bakersfield, and they're not going to let her go. I mean, they're not going to, if she was in Gascon's territory, she'd be walking around in Santa Monica Pier tonight, laughing about it with her friends. But she's in Bakersfield, and she's in trouble.
Yeah, I think the ubiquity of media has led some young people astray because they've seen so much menacing, harassing, threatening behavior that by all estimations is a violation of criminal law, be let go and suffer no consequence. So when you train people like that to see that they can engage in this behavior without consequence, they're going to step on the wrong rakes in certain districts or other jurisdictions where people might, or the authorities might not be so forgiving.
Yeah, not forgiving is a good thing about Bakersfield because it's not that forgiving when it comes to these kinds of things. Matt, Alex, thank you both.